Well, give me a minute for the traditional waiting of YouTube to catch up, so I know that everything is correct. Come on, make sounds. Well, my speaker isn't making any YouTube sounds. So, Redding, do you hear me? Because I don't hear me. Because I don't hear me. Well, there we are. Okay. We're back at this again, now with a flipped camera. Not a flipped camera, a flipped room. My desk has moved. My desk used to be right there, and now it's over here. Sorry, just finishing my peanut butter spoon. Make sure that blood sugar don't crash during the stream. Got my apple cider. It's actually our own apple cider. It's made with our own apples. So that's cool. We have apple trees. Anyway, yes, we are back. So the after class stream will not be coming back because I'm not going to be going back to class. So modifications are being made. And I know I said I was going to do things over the summer and then didn't. It was a thing. I was like depression and shit, you know, the usual. Housekeeping as we're stuff, plans for the future. Yeah, we're just jumping right into this. No introduction. Like, hey, I'm back. Blah 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 blah. I hope for October to start working on some videos at the operating sessions that I've been going to. So that's in the plan, in the works, and all that. So because this October marks me attending operating sessions for a full year. So I'm going to try and I'm going to talk to those guys about filming their layouts. I go to an operating session tomorrow, actually. Going to this guy, he models the PRR. It's actually a Steam era layout. The only Steam era layout that I operate on. The others are all technically they're all transition area, but like this one is the early end of the transition era, and the other ones are basically their transition era, but everything's already transitioned. So, but anyway, it's the only layout that I go to that runs mostly Steam engines. But anyway, I'm gonna go to that one tomorrow, and that's the one where the one guy, this one guy actually comes and picks me up, and we carpool. So I'll have a good long 30 to 45 minute drive to talk to him about filming things. So yeah, that's plans for future. We're probably going to be doing a lot of trains streams. I mentioned on Twitter that I want to start working on some trains routes. That is a thing that I want to do. Right now, I have just been going through and kind of house cleaning all of trains. I mean, I talked about this during the after class streams is that I cleared out trains. I finally got everything uploaded to trains, and now I'm deleting stuff because the whole point is I have to see what I have in order to know whether I actually want it or not. So now I'm going through, I'm examining every route, every engine, every piece of rolling stock, and kind of saying, am I going to gain something from having this take up space on my computer? And if the answer is no, it gets deleted, because trains content ends up taking up a lot of space. I know at one point my computer was almost full and it was horribly slow. Thankfully, it was, I somehow had trains basically double downloaded. Like there were duplicate files for my entire content folder. I say somehow. I know how, but it's very complicated. I think that there is a thing you can pay for to allow faster downloading off the DLS on train. Yes, there is. The gold ticket. I have that sometimes. But anyway, I had a duplicate content folder. So basically my whole computer was so full that it couldn't handle it. Luckily, I deleted that second content folder because I didn't need it, because it was literally just everything again. And it was just a matter of when I created the new content folder in order to clear house with all my trains content originally, I forgot to delete the old content folder afterwards. Damn, that's some good cider. Better than the shit we buy at the store even. Because yeah, our apple trees finally grew into adulthood and are now producing apples. And my dad just took a bushel of apples earlier to go get pressed into cider. So, homemade apple cider. So, anyway. So yeah, obviously, since the late spring, early summer, this whole room, there used to be a desk that sat here, a different desk that I couldn't fit my computer on because it had shelves above it and my monitor just wouldn't fit in there. So, but that desk, it ended up just collecting shit just piled onto it and didn't go anywhere. And it was taking up a lot of space. So I got rid of it. And then I took my computer desk, which was sitting right in front of my 3D printer there. Well, my 3D printer wasn't there earlier, but it is now. But my desk was sitting right there. So I moved my computer desk over to here, and I put my 3D printer there. I set up basically all the boxes for all of my Transformers figures from the War for Cybertron trilogy. I set up all of those all nice and neat. And then I also have kind of a workbench area. It's not, I say workbench, I don't actually work on things there. It's where I keep the things that I am working on my workbench, which is basically, I shove the keyboard out of the way. So anyway, that all out of the way. Time to get into actual streamy stuff. We're not really going to do much today as far as entertaining things. Most of the entertainment will probably be through the conversation. I'll try and keep up with the chat, which I sometimes find stressful because I am just introverted like that. But what are these streams for if not to make me less introverted? Yeah. But yeah, we'll just talk about things since the finale of the after class stream, which is now a proper finale. Since Oh yeah, by the way, for route building, I suggest you save the routes onto an external file that isn't bound to only just your computer. Well, for now, it is only in trains. So I'll have to do research and things. The route that I'm working on, I have a nice little whiteboard here. I have a nice little whiteboard that kind of for planning everything. We'll just put this right in front of the, nope, not in front of the mic. That don't work. Here, we'll move the mic out of the camera. There we go. So let's try and frame this properly. Okay. Oh, you can see my computer screen like that. So this is the route that I'm going to work on. Now, this is going to be Sodor in the 1850s. So that's Sodor and mainland era. Now, of course, there's a bit of AU going on here. Because I put the cement works on the Sodor and mainland railway. In fact, the cement works in my headcanon is one of the reasons the Sodor and mainland form. But yeah, I'm going to be working on doing the Sodor and mainland from the what is called the Hawen Cement Works up to Rolf's Castle, and then all the way on to Ballyhoo Ridge, where there will be a scene of them working on trying to make the tunnel, which will consistently fail for them for the next however many years they continue to try and work on that tunnel and fail tragically. So yeah, I said 56 because the railway was officially formed in 53, but then they had to build it. So I'm giving them 3 years to build from the cement works south of Rolf's Castle and build up to Ballyhoo Ridge. They did not build the harbor at Kirk Ronan until 65, only just in time for Skarloey to arrive. However, I'm going to backdate the harbor just by 5 years to 1860, because that's for them to go from 53 to 65 without a harbor is, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how, none of these places generate enough goods. Like, where the hell do they get their steel and where do they get their track from? Like, they'd have to tow it horse and cart style from the harbor. It would just be cheaper to just build down to the harbor. Now, the guys running the Sodor and mainland were obviously idiots. That's why the railway closed. However, I will only take so much idiocracy. They got it from the loop line. The loop line will be canon in my AU. It kind of has to be, because Audrey said it was canon, and then he realized how screwed up it was, and now James the Red Engine can't happen. So the loop line will be canon, but it will probably close during the Beeching Acts, with the exception of the stretch from Crosby up to the Crosby Industrial. I hate the loop line with a burning passion. I hate the canon version of the loop line. And I say canon because it's a very loose canon. And not in the fun way. Like, where is he? Where's my boy? Where's my baby boy? Where's my baby boy that will stab me in the back someday? I guess he already did stab me in the back because he's not here when I need him. Starscream. Starscream is a nice loose cannon. He's a fun loose cannon. The loop line is not good loose cannon. I'm pretty sure Reverend Audrey regrets everything about James the Red Engine. I'm pretty sure it's been stated factually that book is the only one where he doesn't base things on real life too much, and he kind of just hates it. So yeah, the loop line will be much more tasteful in my AU. Oh, and if anyone wonders where the blue lens flare is coming from, it's because my camera is sitting right next to my computer. To be fair, maybe Gordon did a literal loop-de-loop from Knapford Junction that went to the back of Tidmouth. Ah, all engines go logic. Lovely. Be glad this is a virtual communication. You would not want to stand next to me right now. I got a job at FedEx recently, and that sucks. I mean, I like it. It's good pay. I mean, they give me a $50 bonus every time I show up on a Saturday or a Sunday, and I am scheduled to work Sundays regularly. I have off Friday, Saturday. That's great. I have off the two most important days, and then I work on Sunday, and I get a $2 per hour pay increase and a $50 bonus. So that's great. I'll soon be able to buy trains and shit. Because I'm fucking broke. However, it sucks. I smell all the time. I'm getting a shower when we're done with this little party. Oh, how is college existing? I kind of mentioned that when the stream began. The reason the after class stream shall not return is because I will no longer be going to class, because I hate it with a burning passion. So yeah, there will be no more after class streams because there will be no class to after. But we're going to try and figure out a new way of doing streams. I'm probably going to have route building streams. This is kind of going to be a preamble to that, because we're going to hop on trains in a bit here and dirk around, but it's not going to be doing operating sessions or anything like that. I'm basically just going to be going over all of a few of the routes that I've downloaded and determining whether they are good or bad, and deleting the ones that I don't need hogging up space on my computer. Because I still have them saved as far as the original files. I still have the original files for the routes on a USB, so it's not taking up space on my computer. However, I want to go through them and see if they're worthy of staying on trains. So that is what we will be doing today. How often do you think you'll stream? I don't know. The nice thing about working for a place that has a schedule is that it makes it easier to schedule other things. So I might try and stream once a week, but I'm not sure. I got pretty burnt out on the after class stream, which is part of why I did not come back during the summer, is I was just burnt out on it. However, there was also the after class stream was also very improvised. There wasn't any planned things going on. So we'll see how it all goes. Given that these streams will specifically be a lot of route building, it might be easier to do one once a week. Or who knows? Maybe I'll make it less regular than that. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is yet. I have yet to even get to the point where I'm building a route. I did some rough track work the other day. I want to at least get this route to a point where it looks like where it's no longer so tedious while I'm streaming, because it's at a very tedious point right now, and I also have very little clue as how to build routes and make them look good. So we'll see. However, we are going to go. I am going to be that guy who doesn't know how to make good routes and then judges people's routes. No, all of these routes that I'm about to see are valid in some way. It's just a matter of whether I get enjoyment out of them. And if I make a bad route, I probably won't get enjoyment out of it myself. So I think it's all fair. Hi, it has been a while. Yes, it is. Yes, it has been a while. It has been quite the while. Let's see, what was the last route that I hyper-examined? I haven't looked at the washdown, so I think the last one I looked at was the Ulfstead extension. So we won't look at the Ulfstead extension because I've already judged that the Ulfstead extension is allowed to exist. So we will start on the washdown. There's a approach medium that showcases his trains built. Yeah, that is exactly the guy who I am modeling this idea off of. Is just route build and chill, basically. He's made mostly fictional American routes. Yeah. In fact, I think I have one of his routes downloaded on here. Let me find it. Let me see it. His Franklin Industrial route. Yeah, I actually have that on here. I'll have to actually like go in there and do some shit sometime. But right now I'm culling content. So we'll do operating stuff at some point, I'm sure. But for now, let's see. Let's share the screen. Share. All right. There. You can see that. Obviously, my screen is not maximized as of right now, but give me a minute because I want to make sure I can see the chat. So I am going to, let's see. I do not need speakers right now. I do not need speakers for trains because we are not doing anything on trains. We are not going to run any. Fuck. All right. Is my mic still working? Is my mic working now? It keeps on muting itself. Life does not like me right now. Okay, it's good. Maybe I just had the brain fart. Maybe it was my fault. All right. Now, let's actually try and do things. Wait, I can't screen share trains. If let's not minimize that because I don't trust myself to minimize the streaming tab and it not fuck me. So I need to open trains again so we can screen share trains because that's how that works. But yeah, I have my cameras there. I have my Bluetooth speaker sitting up on top of my computer. So I went to grab it, and my computer is weird with Bluetooth, so I have to wire it in. So I was going up to turn it off and unplug it, and I guess I dragged it a bit too far forward and then put too much pressure on it. So it was pushing down on the power button. So yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. Accidents happen now and again, and they'll get you fucked. If only the real lyrics went like that. Okay. Screen share a window. Trains, railroads. Okay. So, if I got this right, okay. You see trains. You should see trains. At least my computer says you see trains. I need to remember to stay in the camera. Okay. So yeah, obviously I'm going to try and keep my big and beautiful face in the picture because this will mostly be a more talky stream. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Because trains is not too much the focus in this exciting episode of Dustin Fucks Shit Up. Okay. So we'll leave it like this for now. And if I want to like get really personal with you guys, I'll do it like this. See, we're having a moment. I'm looking you in the eyes now. I can't see myself looking in my eyes because I look this way and I'm staring at a computer screen. And then I do this, and you can't even see half my face, which is lovely. That is very lovely. Nope, going that way makes the problem worse. There we go. I just have to look at my monitor off center, and everything will be fine. So here we be all fancy and rotate the monitor, and now I'm looking at it dead center. I'm being over here. There, we're gonna be all fancy and shit. Have everything at angles and all that fancy crap. Monkey see, yes, monkey see, monkey see. Okay, let us begin. Oh wait, no. The reason that I went to turn off my speaker in the first place was because I wanted to go onto YouTube and pop out the chat. So I am going to go and pop out the chat. Because otherwise, that would have all been for nothing. There. Now we can get out of YouTube. Have you ever played Roblox games? No, I have not. All right. And we'll have to shrink trains here for a moment. Extend trains because we can't have it full screen, but I'm not doing partial screen either. We're just going to do most of screen. Come on, let me grab the bottom of you so I can create the illusion that you are actually full screen. Now, you stop. Okay. There. Got that going. And I got this. I'm gonna just rearrange things. Train games, I mean. There are some pretty good ones on there. Yeah, I haven't played any Roblox games. Train ones or otherwise. I probably will at some point. I haven't. There's just so much to do, so little time. Okay, I am set up. I am set up to do the shit. Let me rearrange where my microphone is located so it's not blocking my screen, and it's also not like in the way of the camera. Let me double check everything. Okay, that all looks good. Let me check up on my. Yes, my face looks good. That looks good. It all looks just fine. Okay. So. Yeah, I'm just gonna go on a few of these and just look around and determine whether I want to keep it or not. And it doesn't have to be a good route, and being a good route doesn't save it. Like, okay, this route, it's the washdown. It's, well, for one, it's oh, it didn't load all the way. Well, it's still just how many? Dang, they used 5 grids on the washdown. Okay, still, it's quite a simple diorama. So I'm probably not going to use it because there's not much fun to be had. It's more a film set, if anything, which is not what I'm interested in, and even then, it's quite basic at that. And again, I must say that I am not trying to attack any creators or anything. That is one that I must be careful with. You know, I don't expect my initial work on the Cement Works to be very good. However, you know, that still doesn't mean that I can't have a standard as to what routes look like. But yeah, but I don't really want this to be the subject of the stream. So like, put questions and stuff in the chat, and we'll talk about that while I quietly judge these routes. This one might get saved just because it's like it's a not Sodor one. I don't know. Me playing Mick Bed Wars while listening. I have no idea what that is, but okay. I don't know what to think of this one. See, so I'm just going to talk about a few pet peeves of mine in route building. Things that I'm going to try to avoid. Of course, I might not be great aesthetically. Oh, MC as in Minecraft. Okay. I completely forgot that was what we used as the abbreviation for Minecraft. I completely forgot Minecraft had an abbreviation. Yeah, that makes sense now. So pet peeves with route building. This here. There are no roads leading to it. I mean, everything just seems to be built straight on the oh, that building's somewhat floating. I'm getting Hinton flashbacks. There's this one guy who's trying to build a giant route that can operate by itself. When you say operate by itself, do you mean through the AI? Through the train's AI? I'm assuming that's what you mean. Oh, yeah, as in the AI. Yeah, I don't want to do anything complete AI because that kind of takes the fun out of it. Maybe AI through trains. I mean, obviously, like if I was going to, so if everything goes well with this Sodor and mainland route, I'm going to expand the project into I'm going to expand the project into more of Sodor. Like the project that I'll probably work on after the Sodor and mainland route is probably just an extension of that route that represents the Sodor and mainland after they go to Kirk Ronan. After that, I'd probably work on the Skarloey Railway. I'm probably going to end up doing this stuff in chronological order. That is probably what is going to happen. So, brain words. So if I would ever eventually build a full Island of Sodor route, I'd probably make different types of scenarios or sessions or whatever. But I probably wouldn't go so far as to make everything, make a session where everything was AI. And if I did, I probably wouldn't release it. What I'd probably do at the most is make all the passenger, here this way, all the passenger trains AI, and then through freights, make them AI. And then it is the player's job to take care of doing the shunting and the local freights. Now, where that gets complicated is having to prep for a through freight. For a through freight that's run by the AI. I'd have no idea how to do that. That would be a fun challenge to figure out. It's all fictional too. It has 7 different railroads on it. Cool. Is it on the DLS? Because honestly, I'm getting more into American stuff. I'm probably going to eventually be doing a lot of downloading British and American stuff from the DLS. So So who knows? Well, a small part of it is. Okay. But yeah, I've been like going through all my stuff, trying to. It's only the yard you start at. Okay. But yeah, I've been trying to weed out all the content that like I don't really care for that I've downloaded. You know, all this like low quality stuff. Um, and the plan was like once I get all this done, I can start doing live streams of route building stuff. He made that part in 2017, and he's been working on it since. Oh, cool. So I always figured like I'd have this stuff done before I started doing streams again. But it was just taking too long. I was like, you know what? I'm bored and I want to do a fucking stream. So you know what? We'll just do this boring ass shit on stream. So, and I mean, we're in the teas, so we don't have too much longer to go. Well, the teas are fucking massive, but after the teas, we don't have too much more to go through. And then I have to start sorting through engines and rolling stock. And then I have to start going through DLS stuff, and then I have to do it all over again. So yeah. But otherwise, things have been good. I've been going to operating sessions. I have a job now. I make a good bit of money in a week's time at FedEx. So that's all well and good. That's all fun. But yeah, I went to Northlands. I went to Entertainment Junction. Both of those were fantastic. Entertainment was really great because I finally got to meet up with Lemmy in person. That was brilliant. So I even got to meet, I also got to hang out with a bunch of the people that Lemmy was there meeting up with. So after the event itself, so route name is Tallbryn Peninsula Alpha. So, all right. Let me just. Boop. Okay. Yeah, I'll have that saved then. Just be aware, it's really taxing on the frame rate since it uses the speed trees. Yeah, well, that's another thing that's in the books is getting my computer upgraded now that I have money. The first thing I need to do, you guys are over here. First thing I need to do is get a new phone. And after that, I need to get a computer parts. And then I'll start getting train stuff. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I prefer the speed trees just as far as how they look. I know they're a bitch and a half as far as frame rate is concerned, but like they actually look like they're there. So we shall see. We shall see. I could totally see where I might just end up being the guy who, when route building, tries and makes things really high detail, but then the route becomes completely unusable because of how high detail it is. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, there are definitely there are places for the speed trees, and there are places for the and there are places for the G trees. Also, Epic Yard. I'm assuming you're referring to the yard of this route in which we are conversating. Brain words. This roundhouse asset tends to do some wonky things. I've noticed multiple routes that use this roundhouse asset. It never works well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. What the hell is this place? Preston. That's what this place is. This Wooden Railway Edward. This isn't my route. No, this is me going through routes that I have downloaded and examining them. So they use that one because it's one of the few roundhouses in the game. Yeah, I get that. I guess I'm used to being spoiled with Thomas content, having a very specific looking roundhouse, uh, or a few very specific looking roundhouses. Uh, yeah, yeah. This is the one thing I'm gonna have a hard time doing is the paint, the ground paint texture. Oh, you know what route? What route would I like? Ready? Textures clash. Yeah, yeah. That's what they do here. What the heck is going on over here? I don't know why I'm still looking at this. Like I've already determined that I'm going to delete it. I don't even remember what the name of this route was. Oh, it was called Brendam through Thomas's. No, Thomas's branch line through Brendam. Yeah, it doesn't really represent that at all. Um, got a little lumber yard thing going down here. Port Ogden. I'm going to say that's pronounced Ogden. That's a route that came with the game back in 2010. So it's not all that high quality, but it's very good. It's American / Australian oriented. Okay. Sounds very interesting. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of going through the DLS library in months to come. I play trains on an iPad, and I'm proud of it. There's lots to do on it. Okay, cool. I like things to do. Trains iPad sucks. Oh my gosh, there's gonna be a war. We're gonna have a war. Oh, so fun fact that I've discovered in my research for making this route the route that I'm going to be working on is that the Sodar Cement Works isn't really a cement works. When they were making the Fergus episodes, they did not know what a cement works actually was, because that's a quarry. They're over here. Yeah, they made a quarry. A cement plant is not a quarry. Quarries are very much required in getting the products to make cement, but a cement works is not a quarry. So yeah, the cement works that we see in the TV series is probably a limestone quarry. My phone decided to record me without being prompted. I didn't even push the button, be like, "Hey Siri," and I summoned her.
I don't know what that means. If you like, I can search the word for "Hey Siri, I summoned her."
Did you hear this fucking shit? So how are you going to change the cement works to become a cement works? Well, I'm going to make the cement works not a cement works. There will be a cement works very close to the not cement works, but the cement works that we see in the TV series will be a limestone quarry. I said series, and she thinks that's Siri. That's why she keeps on turning on. Fun fact, Kerr Stuart made one of the first diesel engines ever. In fact, it was the first purpose-built diesel engine. Cool! Now I know who to destroy when I get a time machine. I'm trying to create a world where steam engines are still useful. It's a narrow gauge engine for the Welsh Highlands. All right. Kerr Stuart, you get to live. For now. What the heck is this? We got the pulp mill. Okay, this is like a lumberyard thing. Okay, not that it really matters because again, this is all gonna just be freaking deleted. But yeah, this route definitely isn't Thomas's branch through Brundum. All right. Well, this route is going to get the big old delete button. Ah, it's everyone's favorite extremely impractical set, the three-way road. Yeah, it was more BR's idea to be like, hey, let's just get rid of every single Steam engine immediately and then replace them all with diesel engines. I am sure there is a version of Wilbert continuing the Railway series where diesel engines mostly take over a lot of the work on the island, but the characters we still know get to survive for a very long time because they're properly maintained and all that. But the implication would be that steam engines would be scrapped when they'd get to a point where rebuilds and restoration wouldn't be any good. I'm sure that's what Wilbert's original intention in Enterprising Engines was. I got a text message. I also got Skype messages from Lenny. All right, sorry about that. Also, the diesel engine. Game restart. Okay, cool. All right. So I think I have a game plan for how long this stream will go on. I don't think we'll bring a guest onto the stream. I think it's just at some point I will end the stream to go have talk with friend. So yeah. I remember Malenbeck kept trying to add you, me, and Lemmy to a Skype group to chat with him. Yeah, I felt so weird about that because, of course, I don't like being the guy who's like turning down talking to people, but like I'm an awkward guy. Like, how do I properly explain this without sounding like a dick? Yeah, the weird part is that I think he thinks I'm mad at him because he used a lot of my lore stuff in his headcanon. And that's not what bothered me at all. What bothered me was that he just kept on trying to add me in Skype and stuff when I gave him no invitation to. Like, when I add someone to Skype, it's like giving them my personal phone number. Except it's not, because I would then eventually reach a stage where I would give someone my personal phone number. But it's kind of similar to that, where it's you have to first let us interact in positive ways through other things. Is that Railway Series Tidmouth? I think so. Again, not my route. I'm just examining other people's routes. The actual rail stuff, like when I look at it from here, it's not that bad. It's kind of barren. The ocean is acting a bit weird, but that might just be because of the environmental settings. Typically, if I reset environmental settings, stuff like that fixes itself. It's a bit bare, but like there are some points where this route is good at tricking me into thinking it's good. Some routes do that. They trick me into thinking it's good. Especially when they have the shiny buildings. They have the shiny buildings. I'm like, oh, it's a good. And I'm like, oh, no, it's not. It's not that great. Points work is kind of bad. Let me actually look at the points work. Yeah, that's a bit tight. Oh, I know a really good Railway Series route. It's on a guy's Twitter. This is the hard thing about trying to collect Trains content, is like there are 1,000,000,001 places where you can find Trains content. I don't even know where this Railway Series Tidmouth came from. I have no clue. I could not tell you where I got it from. But yeah, as soon as you think you've visited almost every train site there is, there's another one. But yes, Redding, tell me about this very good Railway Series route on a guy's Twitter. I don't know why I said that with a Russian accent, but okay. It's on Biscuit the Cat's Twitter page. Okay. I recognize that username. I don't really know who it is, but I recognize that username. I completely forgot what this was supposed to be a route of. Oh, it's Tidmouth Bay. Tidmouth Bay. That's right. It's Tidmouth Bay. See, it's Tidmouth Bay. I was about to say it's really good. Well, that's just a missing asset. That's not a quality of the route thing. It goes from Tidmouth to Marion. Cool. Tidemouth. Not gonna lie. What if I sent Dustin an invite on Skype? Newest episode of Marvel What If coming out. What if Wooden Railway Edward sent Rudy Production an invite on Skype? Let me think about that, because we haven't had too much interaction, but like we have interacted. I mean, here's the thing. Like I've given my Skype stuff to Track Plan Banter guests. Because I mean, it doesn't take me too much to give someone my Skype. It's when someone tries and seeks it out that I get a bit weird. So yeah, you can add me on Skype. You can add me on Skype if you want to. I forget what I named myself on Skype. So I'll have to check that. Oh, I have my phone right here. I don't have to walk to my bed to get it. But yeah, Wooden Railway Edward. If you want to send me an invite on Skype, that would be totally cool. I just turned my camera, but I don't know what it looks like now that I turned it. That's fine. I applied to Track Plan Banter. I'll just be frankly honest. I have not looked at the invites for Track Plan Banter since the last time I did an episode of Track Plan Banter. I have just run out of steam on that show. I need to reconfigure how the show works. I need to reconfigure that. Also, the Skype thing was a joke. Okay. If it's a joke, it's a joke. It's fine. I'm not offended. But also, I would not be, because I am very open when it comes to Skype. But it's just like I don't want someone to just randomly add me. Then I feel like I'm in a weird situation. But here we kind of like had a conversation about it. Kinda weird due to how the internet works. But I was kind of like, okay, I gotta reply to this message here. Okay. What is going on with community radio? I think everyone is just a combination of burnt out and tired and busy and everything. I don't think it's dead. It's not dead yet. It's just not very lively. So yeah, I don't really want to say too much because it's not like I don't have the whole committee on speed dial and be like, okay, what can I say? And I know that it's not really that secretive. It's not like other community things where it's like, no, we can't talk about these things because it's spoilers, but at the same time, I don't want to overstep. Honestly, that's probably my biggest criticism of working with the community radio crew, is that I feel like the only person on that crew that I know is Lenny. And you know what? I feel I've been acquainted with James and Percy number 6. I've met Train King James at a few of the meetups. I met him at the one Edison train show. I met him at Northlands, and I met him at Entertainment Junction. I also met Percy number 6 at Entertainment Junction. I also met Roberto at Entertainment Junction, but I didn't get to talk with him too much. I didn't get to talk with Percy number 6 too much either. But I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just because of the two, he was the one that I was more familiar with as a user. I have people knocking on my door when I'm in the middle of a live stream. Go away. Oh, great. My father wants me. Can you tell him I'm doing a live stream? I don't have anything of yours up here.
Well,
Sorry, guys. Give me just 2 minutes. Okay. I dealt with it. It was fine. Though I may still have something involving my father. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if he tries to contact me. What were we talking about? Community radio. That's what we were talking about. I have no clue what's going on there for the most part. I mean, I have some clue, but not too much. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. So yeah. We were talking about Pasta and Noodle Railway. The return of the Pasta and Noodle Railway. Oh yeah, about who I know. Yeah. I feel like I don't really know much about that crew. I really like. At the end of the day, Lemmy is the only person in that crew that I talk to on a regular basis, and I've met James numerous times, and I met Percy number 6 once, and it felt slightly more significant than the fact that I also met a whole bunch of other people. So I'm not sure why, because it's not like I watch his videos that much. So yeah. But yeah, so I'd say I know Lemmy, and I've become acquainted with Train King James enough that when we see each other at meetups, it's now, hey, it's you again, instead of, hi, I am this person. So, yeah. Where's my brain going with that? But yeah, that's probably my only criticism about working in that crew. Is, I mean, that channel's origins is a whole bunch of friends hanging out and doing videos together. And I'm not trying to say that that's a bad thing, but we tried, Lemmy and other people tried opening up the show a bit more to the wider community. And a few of them just, I feel they're just doing the same thing as they were doing. And I'm not trying to be rude about that. I completely understand it, and I'm not mad at anyone. However, it has created a dynamic where it kind of does feel like there's the elite team members and then the second string uh, members. Uh, and to a point, that's not bad. To an extent, that's not bad because you kind of need people who are kind of leading around, calling the shots. However, yeah, it's weird. And I know that's not totally the case because, like, some of our new members seem just at home uh, in among community radio as the elites. Um, However, that being said, I don't think it's really a bad environment. Like it's a very small criticism. Nothing could change, and I'd be fine. But it is a criticism. So yes. So, anyways, as we all know, Duncan gained arms and legs so he could dance like a pop star. I wouldn't describe it as a hierarchy. I just want to cap that off. I would not describe it as a hierarchy, because again, sometimes you'll have newer members who just really take charge and do things. So it's very possibly a me thing. It could very well be a me thing. I should say that. But you know, that's just how I've felt in community radio. Not necessarily the truth, but it is the truth from my point of view. But my point of view is limited. You know, you could ask anyone in that group and they might have a different answer. But anyway, let's get away from that topic. However, after a while, he started to get bored. Sure, he had created 265 new dance moves, and no one could do the robot like him, but he just didn't feel like it was his calling. Did Duncan go to college? I don't think Duncan would go to college. It was at this moment that he realized his aspirations were to become a superhero. He wouldn't be the weirdest one. I mean, look at some of Batman's villains. Condiment King is a real character that exists within DC Comics. Duncan could be a brilliant superhero. I don't think Duncan would be the one to drop out of high school. I think he'd be the one who'd really want to drop out of high school, and then someone would manage to convince him not to. You know, because his Duncan, he defends his beliefs very stubbornly, but he is not stubborn. When Duncan is presented with information that contradicts his beliefs, he takes it in. He listens to it and he follows it. If he finds any merit in it. Of course, if he thinks someone is just bullshitting, then he'll call them out. But you know, he changes his mind very quickly when he is presented with the evidence that his opinion is wrong. However, when people or engines just say you're wrong and a dick, he says, "No, I'm not. You're the one who's wrong. I am a dick, though." Well, dropped out for a day until Rusty convinced him otherwise. He still did really badly. Duncan's school. Does Duncan go to detention? Definitely, because Duncan would be the guy who would call out very vocally how stupid it is that they're learning the things that they are. Like Duncan would continue to go to school, but he wouldn't put too much effort in. He'd put in the bare minimum so that he wouldn't be like looked down upon as a low standing member of society. He'd do just enough to say, like, yes, I have my high school diploma. But the whole time he'd be like, school is stupid. It does, it is ridiculous. And he'd have a whole bunch of very intelligent criticisms of school. Duncan is George Carlin. I mean, we like to joke about, like, I mean, there was that Wild Nor'Wester episode where Duncan, was obsessed with George Carlin. But Duncan is just George Carlin's personality. Duncan never went to college and got a job as a factory worker. I mean, he did, though. He used to work in a factory. That was the line in the Railway series. He used to work in a factory and has some very strong language because of it. I totally believe that, that the Railway series, the words spoken in the Railway series and the TV series are a censored version of what Duncan actually said. Duncan definitely let the birds fly. I also believe Thomas lets birds fly all the time. Thomas is another one who... Thomas is a bit less intelligent than Duncan, though. And more stubborn, actually. However, so the thing with Thomas is that no one can change his mind. It doesn't matter which argument you counter him with. Thomas will not change his mind. And he's less intelligent in the fact that he will get angry over petty shit. However, on the big ticket topics, he will typically be more accepting on. Anyways, so then he teams up with Peter Sam to form some kind of partners in crime thing. However, as we all know, for every Batman there is a Joker, and this was no exception. Dustin, please rage over the 3-track main line. So, how much attention did that tweet get? Because it didn't look like it got any, but like at the same time, Twitter was telling me like, oh, by the way, tons of people are viewing this tweet. It's like no one's reacting to it. So I don't know what Twitter's fucking problem is. But yes, the 3-track main line. Oh my god. There's nothing more to say. Sodor does not need a 3-track main line. They don't generate enough fucking traffic for a 3-track main line. Heck, 2 tracks is already too much. However, that being said, historically, Britain did not like single-track main lines. They were afraid they'd have head-on collisions. So, all the main lines are double-track. Okay, that's fair. But why the hell do they need 3-track? Why the hell does Sodor need 3 tracks? There are no industries on the main line that would justify 3 tracks, or anywhere really. There is no amount of commodities that would generate that would need 3 tracks. Thomas was pissed off that Sir Handel had given Duncan all of this power and wanted to get revenge. What if George survived the bridge collapse on the Pasta Noodle Railway and became the Joker? So he decided to team up with Bill and Ben to form an anti-Duncan party. Oh, George survived, but I'll get to that. Brilliant. Top tier lore. But yeah, it is my belief that on the Northwestern Main Line, the only place where you will see what looks like a 3-track main line is at a very busy station where they need a runaround for through trains, like Kronk. You'd probably have 3 mainline tracks next to each other going through Kronk, because you'd have your 2 station platforms, and then you'd have a through track. Because Kronk is a busy enough station that it would want to be able to have an arriving train, a departing train, or I guess I shouldn't say an arriving train and a departing train, but an up train and a down train, while also being able to have a train go through. So, yeah, there is no 3-track main line on the Northwestern Railway. It doesn't need it. There are runarounds. There are passing sidings where it might look like there's 3 tracks. You know, if you're only looking at 5 feet worth of, well, more than 5 feet, but still, there's only 3 tracks long enough for there to be a train stored on one of the tracks while 2 more trains pass. Anyways, they tried to get Salty to join the party to fit their super cool pirate theme. However, he refused due to the fact that he didn't want to go up against Duncan. Of course. The 3-track main line was the friends we made along the way. I'm not going to say anything. Not going to say anything. What is there? There is no 3 tracks here. It's only 2 tracks. There's only 2 tracks here. And you know what? There actually isn't any tracks here because it doesn't exist anymore. See, it don't exist anymore. It went away. It's gone now. Also, the dynamic between Duncan and Peter Sam is that Duncan is beating up people with intense music going on, while Peter Sam is crying in the corner over all the violence. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What am I trying to say? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going through routes. And then when we're bored, we'll stop. Let's see. When did... I need to figure out some timing and shit. No, I do not want to install an update for this phone that dies on me when I have it unplugged for 2 seconds. Oh, okay, he contacted me at roughly 8. So, okay. We may cap off in 30 minutes, maybe an hour. So, anyways, while all this shiz was going on, Duck decided to create the ultimate beam to combat Thomas's shenanigans. This is all canon. This all really happened. Oh, it's the layout. It's the Audrey layout, but in trains. I like this route. This route's cool. So he decided to create the Super Duck. Ah. That was my aunt telling me to take the trash out, which will happen at some point today. I like this. This is cool. I imagine this might be what pre-1925 Tidmouth looks like. Which you can see by going onto Google and searching up DeviantArt Super Duck trains. Is that duck model that is like ridiculously long? And here, my friends, we have a rare glimpse of different Knapford. Ah, and then Knapford Quarry. Yeah, I really like this route. I think it's cool. It gets to live. I'm going down there. I don't need to go down there. This all culminated on one fateful day. Oh, really? Oh, shit. When Thomas, Bill, and Ben pulled their greatest heist yet. I should have went to the store at some point today and bought shit to take with me to work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I didn't do that. So I'll have to stop at Sheetz on my way to FedEx. Which means I'll have to leave early. than I usually do. Fuck. Stealing every coach on Sodor and taking it to the South Pole, which had been moved to the west for some reason. All right, Toby's old tramway. Let's see what this one looks like. Ah, there it is. That's my Araka. All right, this looks nice. This looks very nice. Anyways, while Duncan was out chasing Bill and Ben as they were on their speedboat going 345 miles per hour toward the West Pole, Duck had unleashed the Super Duck to get Thomas. Duck and Thomas are such opposites as characters. Like, Thomas is very much, I don't care what I was built for. I don't care what you say my purpose is. I'm going to pull a fucking express, goddammit. Meanwhile, Duck is like, well, I guess if you want me to pull a train to Croven's Gate, I can operate a push-pull service, but it's not really my my forte. But whatever the railway wants me to do, I will do it, because that is the way of the railway. Yeah, such different. We have a missing station building. Isn't that just fucking lovely? Okay, that is supposed to be Lower Arlesborough. And what is this station trying to be Arlesdale End? Okay. Yep, Arlesdale End. Not East Anglia stuff. But yeah, Thomas and Duck are such opposites, because Duck would be happy to toil away in a shunting yard until his dying days. Thomas, it fucking kills him. It fucking kills him that he has to work in a yard. Yeah. Toby's windmill. Let's see. What do you look like here? Very simple route. Good route, but very simple. You will probably be deleted. The plan that Thomas, Bill, and Ben had come up with was to get 50 jet engines and fly themselves to the South Pole, with each train having 2 cranes that had cannons strapped to them to blow stuff up. I'm just going to say that in my mind, Bill and Ben are the Penguins of Madagascar of this universe. Like, if I was to do a rewrite of Thomas and the Jet Engine, it would be Bill and Ben and the Jet Engine. And because I don't. I think those two are the only two where I'm like, I have to crank up the comedy aspect and how unrealistic all this is. That and the jet engine would probably look a lot more makeshift. Like, again, just that Penguins of Madagascar type of quality. By the way, I just won Bed Wars. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. However, they hadn't accounted for the Super Duck. You know what? Let's fucking Google Super Duck. I think I know what Super Duck is, but I might not know what Super Duck is. So I'm going to go and Google Super Duck. So, here. You'll get to see my face for this. All right. Deviant Art Super Duck Trains. Ah, okay, so it's just exactly what I expected. While Thomas was being chased by the Super Duck, he managed to trap it in Henry's tunnel by caving it in with the crane cannon. Ah, the Super Duck. Sodor's local 1, 2, 3. Sodor's local 0110 or 011. That's the way to say it. The Super Duck is an 011. Also, the only noises the Super Duck makes are pig noises. Like, you don't even hear, like, chuffing and puffing. It's just like... That was a really bad impression of rapid pig noises. Well, yeah, as I said. Very bad impression of pig noises. Doop-de-doo. Doop-de-doo. Let's see. I think before... I think when we had the finale, I hadn't watched Hamilton yet. And now I have. And it is the best fucking thing ever. I love Hamilton. Hamilton's great. So yeah, that's news. That's things that happened. Oh, let's see. How long have we been running for? Oh, almost 2 hours. Okay. We might cut this off at the 2-hour mark. So that would be 8:45-ish. Yeah. All right. However, because Duck had teamed up with Rusty and Edward to make the ultimate beam, the Super Duck managed to blow away the rocky grave he had trapped himself with and chase Thomas, who was going 583 mile per hour down the main line. Thomas, you're over here. Thomas dreams of going 583 miles per hour down the main line. He dreams of being able to do that. I do not believe he dreams of being streamlined. No, Thomas doesn't want to be streamlined because that disproves his whole narrative. His whole narrative that even a failure like him can manage to go 583 miles per hour down the main line with an express train. That is his belief. So yeah, Thomas would never want to be modified in that sort of way. Getting bigger water tanks? Okay, yeah. But, completely reconfiguring his shape so that he's more aerodynamic? No, I don't think he would. Meanwhile, Duncan, Bill, and Ben had met at a stalemate. Oh my god, I have so many routes left. Why did I go to so many sites? I should have just stuck with, the ones that, mattered. Instead, no, I tried to find every train's route site I could. And now I am paying for it. And I completely fucking lost where I was. They then decided to duel it out with a game of Uno. Of course. Let's see. It is 8:39. What time is it? One other thing. 1:52. I'm honestly thinking of calling it quits here, guys. I'm in this weird I want to, but I don't want to. I don't know. I have no clue. Viles Bridge. Dum, da-dum, da-dum, dum. Oh, that's what happens when I minimize the screen that I'm sharing. However, after Duncan had suffered a humiliated defeat of having to pull +4 cards 16 times in a row, he decided that he needed to go into hiding until he deemed it right for him to come back. You know what? That seems like a nice note to end Pasta Noodle Railway lore on. And I have cured my boredom. So, I don't know when I'll be back with another stream. As I mentioned way in the beginning, in October, I'm going to start trying to film the operating sessions that I go to. And, holy fuck. I have this. Okay. I'll have to. I have this big bulge swelling on my hand. Not sure if I can. Yeah. That's not supposed to be there. I'm gonna have to get that taken care of. Because yeah, it's not there. Anyway. So yeah, I think we'll call it quits for now. Brain wounds. Anyway, guys, it was fun chatting and chilling and all that good shit. I will return at some point, probably, maybe. I'm sorry, this thing is just fucking distracting me now. Like, now that I've seen it, I can't not look at it. Like, what the fuck? I don't feel anything there at all. I mean, I do feel like the normal feeling, but it doesn't feel bad. It's just there. And I'm like, how the fuck did it happen? Yeah. See y'all next time. Bye.